What is up, Rocket Nation? Hello, YouTube. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Let's play some Assassin's Creed Shadows. In the last episode, we actually took out another member of the Shinbukfu. This one going by the name of Akechi Kagemitsu. Kagemitsu, I nailed it first try. He was also known as the Naginata. We got his Naginata. So now we have that for use by none other than our boy Yasuke. Really cool quest line where we actually able to put our feet in the shoes of not only Naue, but also Yasuke in the same quest, sort of jumping back and forth. Very cool quest line. Also, then we got to sit down with Yasuke and have a good night of sake. Woken up with a hangover a little bit today. But today I got a whole bunch of stuff planned. Since the last episode, I was able to grab all of the contracts. I went out and essentially completed them. There was one up here, one over here, another one down here somewhere. But in doing so, once I fast traveled back here to the hideout, it caused a season change. So with that season change, once you complete the quest where you drink some sake with at the hideout with Yasuke, it's called Raise a Cup quest line. The very end of episode number 12, by the way. Once a season change happens after that, you will actually get another quest line here that says Eyes on the Future. It says an anxious Junjiro needs help at Makinodera. Makinodera Temple is actually where we went through the recovery process after Chichiwe was killed and we were grievously injured. We're going to go there and we're actually going to take this quest on right away off the bat today. But before I do that, I just want to say thank you guys for all your love and support throughout the entire playthrough. As always, if you guys like this episode, make sure you click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and also click that little bell notification icon if you guys never want to miss another episode. All right, I'm going to go grab some contracts to start out the day, and then we are going to head over there and see little Junjiro. Welcome back, everybody, and we have made it now to Makinodera Temple. Of course, the last time we were here, we were recovering from a grievous gunshot wound, a broken leg, and we vowed once leaving to get revenge for the death of Chichiwe. And we have sort of already been walking that path. But little Junjiro, I hear, is anxious and needs our help. So we're going to make our way down here. There's going to be a little bit of dialogue that happens before we get there. So we'll listen to that, and then we'll go and find Junjiro.
Wasn't sure I'd ever come back here. But not all the memories are bad.
All right, and we can actually see Junjiro on the right-hand side of the screen coming into view right about now. Let's see what he has in store for us.
Where are you?
What was that? What?
Naue! I can't find Mikang.
She's around here somewhere.
I looked in all of Mikang's usual hiding spots. Remember? When we painted her that day. But she wasn't in any of them. Can you find Mikang? I'm sure there are signs of her somewhere.
All right, so of course, Mikan is the Tanuki that he used as our prime subject for our inaugural painting. He said that it sucked, by the way, so I'm not even sure we should help him. But if you actually hold down on the left trigger and look around, you can see that there's going to be a little green dot over here. If it's not green, I apologize. I am colorblind, but I think it's green. Let's start heading over here and see if this is indeed Mikan.
Ah, there. I think I see her.
And it indeed is Mikan. Oh, and little baby Mikan, somebody knocked her up.
Mikang! Naue, Yasuke, look! Mikan had babies. Can we take them back with us? Please? I'll take good care of them. I promise.
Junjiro.
There are lots of animals at Auntie Tomiko's. Why can't we bring home a few more?
It's not that we can't, Junjiro. It's that we shouldn't. I know you love Mikang, but this is her home. And now she's grown up. She has a family of her own. So you have to trust her. Trust that she can take care of herself.
Okay, but I'm going to name all the mini Mikangs before we leave.
He has a heart too big for his head, that Junjiro.
He's a good boy.
I have known many such people. Too vulnerable for their own good.
But they are good for the rest of us. He will build a better world atop our ashes. Just like Mikang has.
They're so beautiful, Richo. And they're orange, like you. I wish I could bring you home with me, but it's okay. You'll be happy growing up here, little Tanuki. I was.
All right, so we got a nice little chunk of XP there, 1100 XP, as well as a food stall as a placeable object there within the hideout, so that's nice. So we got a lot planned today. Let's go ahead and get moving. I'll bring you guys back once we arrive at our next destination, our next stop for the day. So say goodbye to little Mikan and the mini babies. Mini Mikan babies. I love that he called them that, mini Mikans. And I will see you guys once we arrive at our next stop. All right, welcome back, everybody. And along the way, we got ourselves another Sumi-e. This one's only going to be about 51 meters away. We got to hop up here, see what we got for this one. This one might be a little hard to get because while there is tall grass, it is kind of hidden off here in the woods.
I need a closer look. I need to be quiet.
I think we're actually going to crawl for this one. Looks like we have to get extremely close.
Perfect spot.
Warring rabbits. It's a fight over territory, a fight to the death.
Perfect.
There we go. Fighting hares. We got a actual epic wall decoration, 550 XP. Very nice. All right. All right. And now I am off to our next destination. I will see you guys when we arrive. And wouldn't you know it, along the way, we got another Sumi-e. Just so you guys can sort of see where this one is on the map. I got to get better about letting you guys see exactly where these are. The last one was right up here. Now we're just down across the way from, just south of Tennoji Temple, I guess is the better way to actually explain it. Right by our contract, but just off to the right here, 43 meters away. Let's actually see if we can't sneak up here.
I'll seize the moment. I need to be quiet.
And this is another one where I think we're actually going to lay down.
Look.
I think we're going to lay down for this one. Another battle of nature. Wow, I'm going to get right inside of these ones. There we go. Another epic wall decoration. Another 550 XP. Not bad at all. And it looks like we have a winner. All right, I'm off. I'll see you guys at our next stop. All right, welcome back, everybody. And I have made my way to my first contract for the day. And even though I'm not really going to show you guys much about the contract, I thought this was a perfect opportunity to actually bring you guys back for the spending of some of our mastery points, because we've kind of been nursing these mastery points up to this point in the game. And I thought this might be an actual great opportunity for me to make use of one of those skills. And there's one that we've kind of been sitting on. I've been waiting to take, and I had to sort of save up for it. But in the process, we completed a couple of quests, and we are all the way up to 9 mastery points right now. So we're going to spend 5 of them right away in the assassination tree for reinforced blade. This is an assassin passive that reads, hidden blade can now be used against large enemies. So up until now, anytime you approached a large enemy, the assassination button would show up as red, meaning that you would they would shrug off your assassination attempt. Now we can actually assassinate these guys. It does still depend on how many health segments that they do have. So at this point, we can assassinate anybody with 3 health segments or less. So if they are at that point, we can actually just assassinate them like they're anybody else. The next thing that we're actually going to spend some of our points on is going to be in the tools tree. And this is going to be more of quality of life stuff right now. So if we actually come up here, you can see kunai assassination damage 1. It says Naue removes 1 additional health segment with kunai. This is going to cost us 3 points. And where this is going to be useful is when we encounter enemies that have 2 health bars. It's actually quite common when you're doing castles and whatnot to find an enemy with 2 health bars. Being able to just quickly throw a kunai and get those guys off the battlefield without having to actually approach them and do an assassination is very useful. So we're going to go ahead and spend 3 points on that. And with 2 points remaining, we're actually going to come over here to the larger tool bag 1. It says increase maximum capacity for all tools. +1 kunai, +1 shuriken, +1 smoke bomb, and +1 shinobi bell. This is going to be 2 points. That'll be all of our points spent. And that means that we can actually come in here and you can see that there is a brute here. He does have 4 health segments, but I am going to be able to take him out though. So I'm going to get in here. I'm going to get this contract done and I'll bring you guys back once I'm all set and we have reached our next destination for today.
Coward! Come on!
All right, welcome back everybody. And we have made it to our next objective for the day, which is going to be a kata. Hence the reason that we are now actually on Yusuke. Also, I think that there's something that's only natural that we have to do it. We already leveled up with Naue. We got her mastery points spent. Why don't we do the same with Yusuke as well? If we go in here, you guys are going to see that I am using the Venom Pillar Legendary Kanabo still from the last episode. Remember, if you want to get caught up on that episode, the link is down in the description for the entire playlist. But today, I think that we're going to actually spend some points in the Kanabo tree. And if we actually look at this Kanabo, it does the legendary, just to refresh your minds, the legendary perk on this one is instantly charge posture attacks by alternating attack type. So that's heavy, then light. Every second attack will automatically be a posture attack. So we're gonna lean into that a little bit. And if we actually go to the Kanabo tree, you can see that there is devastation. So this is a Kanabo passive, and it says switch attack types at the end of a combo to trigger an additional combo ender. So that's only 1 point. We're going to add that one in there. And then there's also devastation combo enders generate 25% of an adrenaline chunk on hit. That's 2 of our 7 points. Now we're down to 4 points left over. And we're also going to put 1 more point in here to give us an extra 40% damage with devastation. And then the final 3 points that we're going to use is going to be for Spine Breaker. This is an amazing ability. And will be even more amazing as we move on in our playthrough as well. It says grab an enemy with the Kanabo, dealing 50% ability damage and knocking out regular enemies. Half as effective on large enemies. It doesn't matter about the large enemies because we can just use the devastation to take those guys out. But this will be so good, and you guys are going to see it in use at some point today. Spine Breaker is amazing. So we're going to take that. That is all the points spent now for Yasuke. And now let's actually go over here and do the kata.
The sword. The sword is the warrior's own hand. Each movement but a reaching out to touch. To fear defeat is to grasp desperately for control, and thereby risk being controlled. To reach out without grasping. Do you understand?
Yes, I don't understand. I want to learn. So, of course, all we're going to be doing is waiting for on-screen prompts and pressing the buttons as they appear. This is probably the one minigame that I'm the worst at. I just press the wrong button all the time. So, let's see how this goes. Easy. Man, I'm actually really good at this. It's an interesting view of the sun there. Nailed it. First try. And the last one's usually a little bit more involved than the others. Oh, no problem. There it is. And now we got ourselves another knowledge point. We currently stand at knowledge rank number 3. We're also going to get ourselves 500 more XP as well. And there it is. Kata completed. 1 knowledge point, 500 XP. And if we actually go in here, we'll see exactly how many mastery points we need now. We're down to 6 mastery points, and then we're going to be on to knowledge rank 4. So with that being said, I think we're off to go and try another one. So up to the north, we have another contract that we can finish along the way. I think I'm going to do this one as Yasuke. And then we have a horse archery that only he can participate in as well up there. So I'm going to go ahead and head out towards the next contract. I'm going to butcher the people within that camp as Yasuke. And you guys will get to see that for the first try, or for the first time. And then I'll bring you guys back once we're at the horse archery.
That was not ideal.
Halt! Leave now while I still have patience.
My allegiance is to myself.
Your disrespect is unbecoming of a samurai. Fight!
All right, and here we are at our next horse archery. This will be the second time we've actually done the horse archery before. So last time we got a knowledge point and also a horse as well. Let's see if we get a horse this time too.
Welcome to the Setsu Yabusame Arena. You must shoot the clay jars on both sides of the track from horseback. When you're ready.
So, of course, last time it was lamps, paper lamps that we had to shoot. Now we're shooting clay jars.
I am ready.
At night, nonetheless.
I will count down from 3, 2, 1, go!
And that is all of them. So we have completed Legend, hitting all the targets.
Such skill!
I know, right?
Oh, I have seen few improve so much, so quickly.
I'm a natural. Oh, we do get a new horse too. This one's name is Maple. Or is it just the color of it, like maple syrup? I'm not sure, but new horse hype. Also, did I mention we get a knowledge point for this? 550 XP, major gains. All right, so now from here, the next thing that I actually want to go and do is there is a castle right over here, Katano Castle, or known as Katana Castle. So we've already been here a couple of times. Of course, this is the site of our father's death. Chichiwe actually died outside. We were shot outside. We also killed the first of the Shimbuk Fu here as well. So there are 2 samurai daishos that we're going to have to take out, and then we'll be able to loot a chest. We're going to get 3,300 XP, 2 mastery points when we kill each one of those 2 daishos, and also a legendary chest piece. So for this one, I think we are going to do this as Nawe, because I like being sneaky. Also, it's Nawe's gear, so I feel it's only natural for her to be the one to go and do it. So I will meet you guys at Katano Castle, and we will actually take that over. All right, we have made our way to Katano Castle, and it's sort of back to where it all began, right? That's been kind of the theme for today. But today, we're going to be making our way through all of Katano Castle. We have 2 daishos that we're going to have to defeat. Of course, we do already have a viewpoint. If you've been following along in the walkthrough here, we already have a viewpoint for here. But I wanted to show you guys that there's always at least one way in to a castle from the outside. And this one happens to be on the right-hand side if you're facing the front gate of Katano Castle. For the most part, I'm just going to sort of let this one play out. I'll show you guys where the 2 daishos are at. Let's actually remove the marker here, so that's not in our way. And I'll show you guys where the 2 daishos are at and where
if they see me.
all of the resources are at as well. So this is going to be our first daisho right here. You can actually see him starting to walk up along the side here. There is another enemy just off to our left that you do have to be aware of. But our first daisho has been defeated. So we'll get some valuables, a mastery point. And we are going to want to come up here and assassinate this guy that is on the porch, because right here is our first shed with materials in it. Now, you are, of course, going to need a key in order to enter these sheds. Our key is not too far away. This is just a worker. All I'm going to do is knock her out. She doesn't deserve death, just a long nap. And while there is a skill that you can get to kill enemies through the doors, an even easier way to do it is just go into Eagle Vision and then throw a kunai through the door. So we'll come in here, we'll get our kunai back, and then on the floor in this same room is the key that we need to open up the sheds with the resources in them. Now, every single one of these sheds will have a large bundle of resources, a small bundle of the same type of resource, and also a chest. And from the chest, you can get a random piece of gear, a placeable object for your hideout, as well as an engraving. Random engraving, by the way. And we just got a random engraving for Adrenaline on Deflect. Pretty good engraving. Now, once we made our way in here, this is going to be another worker, so we're just going to knock him out. And once he's gently put to sleep, we're going to come over here in these bushes, and we're actually going to whistle there, because there is 4 enemies that are going to be on the side of this building. We are going to whistle one of them over.
Huh?
And once he has been assassinated, we're going to be down to 3. What we're going to use is a smoke bomb here. We're going to want to place a smoke bomb. Thing to remember is once you start the assassination process, make sure that you see RB pop up. Otherwise, if you're pressing RB a little too quickly, you can just do an attack and then everybody will notice where you're at. So all we're going to do is throw a smoke bomb right here at their feet. We're going to come out here, get our first assassination, our second assassination, and our third assassination. And no one should hear that happen. You should be completely fine. And then we're going to come here in the bushes, because there is 2 more guys outside right here. We're going to whistle one of them over here.
A sound.
And now we're not in the clear just yet. There is another enemy that is just over there, and there's also an enemy around the corner, but you should have time now to come over here, unlock the door, go inside, and you're actually going to see that we're going to have another small bundle, another large bundle, both of the same type of resource, and then another one of the chests. And they got another engraving, health on deflect. So from here, we're just going to make our way up on top of the wall. And you kind of want to stay out on the outside of the wall here. Otherwise, you can get spotted by the guys down below. There's going to be one sniper up here in this room. There's another one of the decent chests here. So we got another graving for armor damage on backstab. Pretty awesome. And now we're just going to follow this wall along. And our next dice show, our final dice show, is actually going to be just ahead of us here. And if we stay on this wall, you can actually see him right down below us right here. Now, if you just wait, he's going to actually turn and come down inside of this little alleyway. And if you get close enough to the edge, there you go. Our second dice show has been defeated. We're going to get a piece of gold from him, which is actually quite rare. And now the only thing we have left to get is our chest. Also got a level up there as well. So we've now hit level 20 in our playthrough. And now Katano Castle chest is available. So how we're going to get this is by coming down here. We're going to climb up this wall. There can be a worker that patrols in here. And if we actually look, there is an enemy. So now with our brand new ability that allows us to take away 2 health bars by hitting an enemy with a kunai, we can actually assassinate him through the wall. And then if we get against the wall here, even though he's a worker, we risk being spotted. There is no way to grab him from around the corner. I'd like to see them add that in. But now, once we open up the door, we can get our kunai back from this guy. And then right in front of us is our chest and the reason that we're here. A legendary chest piece called the Tool Master Gear. Very awesome piece of gear here. We'll actually take a look at it. And this chest piece has the legendary perk where you throw a kunai at the closest enemy after an assassination. This allows you to, without actually taking double assassination, to do 2 assassinations at once. So as long as somebody is within the cone of view, essentially, you'll throw a kunai and you'll get the second kill as well. This also allows you, if you do have the double kill mastery skill within the assassin tree, which is right here. If you do have this, you will not only be able to do the double assassination, but if there's a third person there, you can also throw a kunai and essentially turn it into a triple assassination. So we do have one more bundle of resources that we can go and get, and it's going to be in the bottom floor of this building right here. And if we follow along the wall here, you can actually see that there's some... But if we open up this little door right here with our key that we got, you'll see that there is another bundle of minerals. There's also another small bundle of minerals and a chest as well. The chest will contain a leveled piece of gear, so that will be based on your level. And that is it. Essentially, we are now done with Katano Castle. You can go out the front door if you want. I would suggest against it. There are 3 people there that you're going to end up getting in a fight with. So instead, we're actually going to go up to the top. And if you do not have the viewpoint, you can actually grab the viewpoint. Be careful with these floors. You can actually tell by going into Eagle Vision that these are essentially trapped floors, but they are made to squeak so that they can alert anybody of someone sneaking around. And we're just going to take out that enemy. Well, might as well grab the loot box since it's right there. There is an item here that is for a future quest that we're going to be grabbing, but I'm going to grab those all at the same time so they can be part of the same quest. And then there's going to be one last worker right up here. We're going to grab her, knock her out. And essentially, that is it. That is all of Katano Castle. There is also a key inside here as well. So that is another one of the keys. So if you choose to approach this one from the viewpoint, you can actually drop right down inside and get yourself the key right off the bat. All right, and that is it. We are now complete. Have done the Katano castle. I'm going to try and do one of these castles in every episode now, just because there are a lot of them to go and do. But now our next stop is actually going to be a side quest, and this is going to be a very lengthy side quest that goes by the name of the Butterfly Collector. A very intriguing mystery that we're going to solve right now. So I'll see you guys when we get to the Butterfly Collector quest. All right, and we have made it to the beginning, the start of the Butterfly Collector quest, and this will appear. All you got to do is get within a certain range, and you're going to see this lady right here. And also, it'll pop up on your map as well as a side mission, little exclamation point. It's going to be just to the west of Katano Castle. And as we approach her, she's actually going to ask for our assistance. So let's begin the Butterfly Collector.
Hello there. I organized the game for the children here, but none came. I'd hate to waste it. Might you be interested? There's a reward.
Well, you had me at reward.
The last time I played a game was with a close friend, and there was much sake involved.
No. You must keep your wits about you for my game.
It's been a long time since I played children's games, but all right.
Oh, I'm so glad that you'd play. Hidden on the trees around West Osaka are colored origami butterflies. Find them and bring them back to me. Find them all and you'll win a reward.
And there it is. And if we actually go to the objective board, you can see that there's a new person or a new people of Setsu quest line here, and it's going to be for her. The game maker says this enigmatic woman has hidden a series of colorful origami butterflies around West Osaka. So we do know the region at which they're going to be in. They're all going to be within Western Osaka. And there are 10 of them for us to find. So we're going to go around. We're going to collect all 10 of the butterflies and unravel a mystery that might be hidden within the origami butterflies as well. So let's get started right about now. I will meet you guys at our first origami butterfly. All right, and we have now arrived at the first butterfly location here for the Butterfly Collector quest. Now, I'm going to attempt to do this essentially all in one take. I had debated on going around and getting all the butterflies, but as you collect butterflies, it's sort of going to escalate this quest. And as it escalates, I feel like there's things you're going to want to do in order as they happen. So what I'll do is I'll show you guys the butterflies. As I get them, I'll show you where they're at on the map, and I'll also have timestamps for all 10 butterflies along the way. And so the first one is actually going to be located right here. If we actually look on the map, it will be right here. And once we collect it,
One of the origami butterflies. Well made, too.
all right. And now, in order to find any of these, if you were not following a guide, you would basically be moving your way through the town. And if you hold down the left trigger, as you look out, you're going to notice that little green dots will pop up. So one just appeared straight ahead of us. This is going to be origami butterfly number 2. And that is going to escalate this quest quite a bit. And we're going to see just how serious of a situation that we've actually stumbled into here. So this is origami butterfly number 2. You can also spot them pretty easily by the butterflies that will be flying around the origami butterfly. This one is located right here on the map. And let's go ahead and grab this one.
More origami. What's this? A hidden message in the butterfly. It mentions a child being kidnapped? I need to find them.
And this reads, secret origami letter from Richo. It says, Kacho, I secured the child without problem. Her mother was told to bring the ransom to that old burnt out well just north of the Temple of Osaka. There is no one there but gardeners, so it is easy to watch. No payment yet, Richo. So now we can actually see that we've uncovered a sinister plot that is using origami butterflies to sort of communicate the kidnapping of children, which is never good, right? So we're actually going to, if we look on the objective board first, we are now going to notice that a new objective board has appeared, and this one is going to be the Butterfly Collector. And the leader, as we could tell from that letter right there, is actually going to be Kacho. It says the leader of a group apparently kidnapping children around Osaka. For assassinating her, we're going to get 2200 XP, a mastery point, and also 295 mon. And then we just actually learned of someone named Richo. That is the one that had actually kidnapped the child and has requested the ransom. That said, someone has kidnapped a child. They must be stopped. And the quest that we get from that is all will be well. A child has been taken and a ransom location given. Investigate the location. And that is going to be just up to our north here. Or actually, I guess to our northwest. But before we actually go there, our third butterfly is actually going to be located straight here ahead of us. So we might as well grab that before we move on to the next part of this quest.
There's another piece of origami. No message in this butterfly.
So we do not get a message on this one. So before we continue forward, collecting the rest of the butterflies, we are going to go back and we're actually going to be, we'll try and investigate this location, see if we can't locate the child. Obviously, right? The child means the most right now. So let's actually head, and it should be right here in this little garden right here, this burnt out sort of ruins. And what we're listening for here is going to be some of the workers talking to each other.
Did you see that woman coming back and forth from the bamboo grove? It's odd.
I got too much work to be nosy about other people's business. So do you.
All right, all right.
And there is going to be our next clue. And that will add a new mission to the map. And it says Forest Fugitive. The kidnapped child could be hidden somewhere within the bamboo grove. Investigate the bamboo grove. So you can see this is going to be quite a ways up to our north here.
I should take a look in that bamboo grove.
So that is exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to start heading that way. This is going to be a little bit longer of a ride, so I'll cut away here and I'll bring you guys back once I have arrived at the bamboo grove. All right, and welcome back, everybody. And we are just outside the bamboo grove now. You can actually see it coming into view here up on our left-hand side here. But as we enter the bamboo grove, you'll see that there is a trail that's going to be leading off to the left here. We're actually going to follow that trail. And there should be some dialogue that lets you know when you are close.
That cabin looks like a good place to hide. Maybe there's a child in there.
We're actually going to sneak because if we look to our left here, you can actually see that there's a person sitting here. If you hold the left trigger, you can identify the person as none other than Richo from the Butterfly Collector quest. Our next objective is going to be to assassinate her, obviously.
I wonder if there are other messages. I should keep looking for the butterflies.
We're going to get 290 Mon a Teppo. And of course, we have now eliminated that target on the board. Says this young woman worked with a group of child kidnappers around Osaka. She spoke like a peasant, but dressed well, as if she had come from within the castle. And you'll see that there is still a marker that's going to be placed here on this little shed. We also got a mastery point for that, by the way. Everybody that you eliminate from an objective board will always give you a mastery point as well, by the way. I feel like I should probably mention that. But if we check inside of the shed...
Don't be afraid now. You are safe.
I wasn't scared. She was. She said her boss would be mad if my mother didn't pay up. Can we go home now? I'm hungry.
Yes, let's get you back home. Where's your mother?
I'll take you.
And this one is going to be a little bit of a walk, so I'm sort of going to cut out the spots where there is no talking, and I'll bring you guys back for the talking points that happen along the walkway. So, yeah, we'll just let this play out.
Tell me about your mother.
She owns the sandal shop.
That's nice. Everyone needs sandals.
Lots of people buy them. They think we're rich, but we're not really. You won't tell my mother I said that, will you?
Don't worry. It's our secret. You should be more careful about talking to strangers.
I know. My mother always tells me that. She just seemed nice.
They always do.
Please, listen to me. Someone had... Sakae.
Oh, I don't know what I would have done if something happened to you. How did you find her?
They took me and wanted more for me.
Her captors left a note of her location. Do you have any idea who these people are?
She spoke like a peasant, but dressed like she came from the castle. They wanted ransom.
Keep Sakae safe. I will track them down.
Wait! I made this for you.
Thank you. I won't let her out of my sight.
I wonder if there are other messages. I should keep looking for the butterflies.
And you can see that we actually got a reward for that one. I'm actually going to hide in the bush in case a Ronin comes up by me. But if we go into the inventory, you can actually see that we got a legend or a rare trinket, and it says the trinket of childlike bravery. And very interesting. I don't know what this means. Please feel free to go down below in the comments and let me know if you guys know what this means. I have not been able to figure out anything about it other than it just being sort of an Easter egg for the quest itself. But this one's perk actually says 100% inner child protection, and also allows you to put on another perk of your choosing there as well. So because I always like to have these sort of as remembrances of a quest that I did back in the day, I am going to go in here and I'm actually going to change the customization for it so it puts a little star on it. That way I don't ever accidentally delete this one. So that is the trinket of childlike bravery, and you get one not only for Naue but also for Yusuke as well. So we actually go in here, go over to Yusuke's loadout, and look, he will also have one as well, and I'm going to do the same for him. We're going to change the appearance for that so it has a little star on it. And now I'm going to start heading back. We are now going to be going to, I believe it's going to be butterfly number 4. So I'm going to call up the horse, make my way back where we had left off, and then I'll bring you guys back for butterfly number 4. All right, welcome back, everybody. And here we are at where origami butterfly number 2 and origami butterfly number 3 would have been right here on this tree in the backyard. So origami butterfly number 4, if you actually hold down the left trigger, we can spot it from here. Almost all of these are within eyeshot of the next one sort of in line. And if we just proceed forward through here, there's going to be a little alleyway that we can actually duck down in. And just behind these houses here is going to be origami butterfly number 4. Also a cat for you to pet if you don't have the calico yet.
More origami. No message in this butterfly.
All right. And now that we have origami butterfly number 4, we actually hold down the left trigger. Start moving in this direction. We are going to have another one that appears straight down the road right here on this tree. And this is origami butterfly number 5.
Another butterfly. This is a strange game. A child taken for blackmail? What's going on here?
So this says a secret origami message from Mucho. It says Kacho. So again, referring to Kacho, obviously the leader. This is a new person though. This one's name is Mucho. And it says, I will lure the sake merchant's child to the island west of Osaka and hold him there. His father is weak and will give us whatever we want. You will soon have control of sake trade in Osaka. Mucho. So we get an idea of exactly where this quest is going to lead us. And if we actually look on the map, we are going to see that it did add another waypoint for us for a quest. And this says, find the child. A child is targeted for abduction and must be found before they are taken by the kidnapper. Find the child. We're going to go ahead and mark that one. But also, if we move over to the objective board, we can actually see that we have a new objective, a new target. And this is going to be Mucho. Said someone plans to kidnap a child of a sake merchant. So you can see they're almost trying to seize control of power and maybe gain some influence here in Osaka through these kidnappings. And if we just cross over the bridge right here, we're actually going to be able to see a child just up ahead of us on the left.
I don't want
or I'll punish you.
I don't want to go.
Could that be one of the missing children?
All right, and if we actually use the left trigger, you're going to see that this is indeed Mucho, our next target. And the easiest way to defeat her, if you do approach her and you do an assassination, you will alert the guards and you can end up in a fight. So because we just took the perk, we're going to go ahead and headshot her. And with her headshotted and now assassinated, we'll go ahead and grab our kunai. We got a mastery point for that, and you can actually see that she has been eliminated from the board. Says this young female kidnapper is posing as a family jucho, which is maid. Says that she attacked without provocation and left no clue to her identity. So let's actually talk to the child now.
I want to go home.
Are you hurt?
No.
All right. We should get you home. Do you know the way?
My father told me. I will take you.
So we'll just follow the child back. Again, this is going to be a little bit of a walk. There's going to be a couple of conversation pieces and everything else I'll cut out.
Did you know that woman?
Sort of. I thought she was nice until today.
Do you know where she came from?
No. She just wanted to go to the island. I've already been, and it's boring.
And the child's father's going to be just up here on the right-hand side of the road.
Where have you been?
The Jotsu was trying to take me to the island.
That Raya. She was no Jochu. My sake business does well, and I am punished for it.
Your son was targeted by kidnappers. I found their plan on this origami paper.
Only Osaka merchants sell that particular kind.
I'll have a word with one of these merchants, in hopes they remember who bought it.
So another kidnapping has been thwarted. And if we actually go to the map here, we're going to be able to see another quest has been added to the map here. And this one's going to be called Paper Trail. It says, he must know something about the unusual paper used to create the origami butterflies. Talk to the paper merchant. And the paper merchant is actually going to be just inside through here. It's going to be located in a stall just right here on our right-hand side. And if we open up this door, it's going to be just inside.
How may I help you?
You sell this paper. Do you remember who bought it?
I don't sell much of that. Expensive. People don't want to pay so much these days. Last one was a woman. Very wealthy. I delivered her to her home at Nishinomaru Garden.
Thank you.
If she wants more, tell her I have plenty.
The kidnapper's leader must be at Nishinomaru Garden.
So now we have a clue as to where the kidnapper is actually located. Maybe her base or maybe even her home. But right now we are actually going to go and look for the next origami butterfly, which is actually going to be right behind the house here. And this one's going to be on this big tree. And I'll show you where this is at on the map. Going to be right by the Temple of Osaka.
Another origami butterfly. How many are there? No message in this butterfly.
So again, no message in this butterfly. But remember what I said about most of these are going to be within eye shot of another if you just hold down the left trigger. And if we look over in this direction, you can actually see there's another one located right here. So let's actually go and find the next butterfly, which is going to be just around the corner here. And I think we have another dog here that I do not have for the hideout. I believe this is this a black Akita? Let's see if we can't pet this dog. Can I pet that dog? There it is, black Akita. Nice.
My day just got better.
Mine too. I mean, up until I looked directly into the eyes of that puppet maker there. But you can see right behind him on the tree is going to be another origami butterfly.
More origami. No message in this butterfly.
And again, no message in this butterfly. Now, I do want to mention this place right here because there will be, you might see this right here and automatically think, another origami butterfly. No, this is indeed going to be a target for for a completely other mission. So I don't want you guys to confuse that one and then accidentally go in there and sort of get yourself sidetracked. But if we do look to the left, you can see that there is another origami butterfly just around the corner to the left-hand side there. And it's going to be located right here on this tree. Here's where it's going to be located on the map. Just right by the Fisherman's District.
There's another piece of origami. No message in this butterfly.
So again, no message on this one. Now we're going to proceed further up the road here. And just so that everybody does know, I figure I should mention this. From this actual origami butterfly, there can be a Sumi-e right over here on this rock right across the river. So if you're interested in that, there's a possible Sumi-e location there. Figured I might as well mention it while we are here. But if we proceed forward, you can actually see that there is another origami butterfly just not too far away. And we can take the right here, and we'll end up going right to it. This is origami butterfly. What number is this? I've lost count now. What butterfly are we on now? We've sort of been just getting them as we've been going here. I believe it's her quest is the one that we're actually looking at. We're on 8 of 10, so this is number 9 right now.
Another origami butterfly. How many are there? A message about a missing child, but she escaped her captors.
So we get another note on this one that says, secret origami letter from Sucho. This says, Kacho, the child escaped, but she could not have gone far. I'm retracing my steps through the Fisherman's District. When I was observing her, I learned that she loves horses. I will begin my search near the western stables. Forgive me this error. I will not fail again. Sucho. And that one is going to be located right here on the map. This is number 9. And you'll actually see that we got another quest as well. It says the one that got away. It says a child who was kidnapped has escaped. She is hiding and must be found before the kidnapper finds her again. So we're going to go ahead and mark that one. And our final one of our origami butterflies is actually going to be located right near the next quest. So we're going to proceed back down the road here. Now, we were already very close to the Fisherman District. So, of course, that's where we found a previous origami butterfly right here to our right. And if we look right here, you can actually see that we have another origami butterfly and something else right here that we need to locate. So there is actually the lost child, and right where the kidnapper had suspected her to be is she's right by the horses here.
A strange woman grabbed me. Then she took me to a place with lots of statues, but I ran away.
What does she look like?
I don't know. A woman. I never saw her before.
Go home now. Don't stop until you get there, and don't speak to anyone on the way.
I know a secret way from here. She will never see me, and I can run really fast.
Okay, we'll just trust that you make it. Bye! I hope you don't die! And our next and final origami butterfly is actually going to be right here on the tree.
No message in this butterfly. That's the last one. I should take them back.
And if we actually go onto the map here, we're going to see that there is another marker that's been placed, and it says, Chrysalis, find the kidnapper's hideout by following all the clues. And this is going to be just up the road a little ways. And it's going to be just inside this little, I don't know what this would be, this little shed right here. And as we enter in the shed, on the left-hand side, you're going to see that there's going to be a note on the ground. If we loot this...
This will help me find who's behind all this.
And this says, diary page, I know where Kucho's hideout is. She thinks us unable to think for ourselves, or she would be more careful. Some of her butterflies escaped and now mark her garden for anyone who cares to look. She will never suspect that I know, or she can never suspect that I know, or she will kill me. Interesting that we take our shoes off when we come in here, by the way. And you'll actually see that there is no more other markers. So we got to locate the one final person for this quest. And it is going to be, if we actually go in here to the objective board, we can actually mark Sucho right here. And it will put a marker on our map for us. So we do know that she's within this area. And you can actually see she is right straight ahead of us. And we're going to use the eagle vision. And right there is none other than Sucho herself. So unfortunately, there is a guard nearby. So remember, again, if the guard sees us kill her, he is going to become hostile. So the best way to do this is we're going to go up and we're just going to get rid of the guard. And then after him, we can then eliminate her. And that is yet another mastery point for us. Another one of the butterflies collectors eliminated from the board. So this was Sucho. It says, a woman who lost track of the child she kidnapped somewhere in the fisherman's district. She answered to a mysterious leader who seemed too frightened. Who seemed to frighten her. So our next one is actually going to be Kacho. Now we can follow all the clues that we have obtained so far. And we know that she's probably going to be living in the gardens. We also know that she has butterflies around her place. So we can obviously deduce that if we come to the map, as we see her marked off the board there. If we come to the map here, you can actually see that here is the gardens. And it will mark this for us. But if... we do not also got a level up there, which is awesome. But even if we do not know, if we didn't have that marker there, it's going to be pretty obvious where she's going to be. So I'm going to start heading over there. I'll bring you guys back once we arrive just a little bit closer. And I'll sort of put all these clues together for you guys so that you guys know exactly where Kucho is located. All right, and here we are. We have now arrived, and if you just pay attention to up in the sky, you're actually going to see that one of the houses that is located just inside of the walls here. Now, I do want to make sure everybody knows that we are going to be entering a castle. We haven't actually discovered the castle, but obviously it says Osaka Castle on it. It's going to be a castle. But once we enter within the walls, it is going to become a hostile territory. And just inside, we can see that one of the houses is actually got butterflies all around it. So here's going to be our way into the castle. So we're going to go into sneak mode. And just so that everybody knows, this enemy cannot be assassinated. You do have to actually approach her for a conversation.
You must be Kacho from the notes.
That nameless little brat. She always resisted me. And she sent you to do what she cannot. Her mistake.
And you can see this is actually identified as Kacho. So we are going to get ready. There is going to be combat involved in this, but this is actually really easy. We're just going to use our Shadow Strike.
You'll be beautiful. The butterflies will enjoy you. You will not escape this. You never suspected her, did you? The one who sent you. I raised her. I trained her. I am almost her mother.
But you are not her mother.
My children, they would have been so beautiful, laid in open fields, one by one. beautiful in this. Before my butterflies consume them. This should be beautiful. Don't you think?
And another target has been eliminated. Kacho is wiped from the board, but a new target has been added. And this is none other than the game maker herself. This enigmatic woman made a collection of games, or I'm sorry, a collection game for children. But in reality, she is connected to Osaka's child kidnappers. In fact, it sounds like she may have even been a child that was kidnapped herself from what she was, which is just revealed there. So we need to return to the game maker and actually to complete this quest. So let's start heading that way. We also got another mastery point for that one as well. I'm going to start heading in that direction. And as we approach the area, I'll bring you guys back and then we can sort of finish off this very lengthy quest and a very intriguing side quest. Really did like this one quite a bit. All right, and as I was making my way back, I actually did notice a Sumi-e, so I'll show you guys the location of this Sumi-e. It's going to be right here next to Noda Village. This can occur also as you're making your way over here for the quest as well.
I need a closer look.
Let's go ahead and get a little bit closer. Looks like we're going to have to be right on top of this one, so I'm actually going to lay down. It looks like we might ride this bird off into the sunset from the looks of it.
Good view from here. Perfect.
And we'll just throw a Sumi-e in there as well. So we got the gray heron on the hunt Sumi-e, which is going to be a rare wall decoration, another 550 XP as well. All right, now we are off to finish off the butterfly collector quest. All right, we have now made our way back into town, and I thought I'd bring you guys back just a second early here just to show you guys that there is a port trader that is actually located in town here. So if you guys have not ever traded in any of your stuff up till now, we haven't really been stopping at merchants and checking merchants out, but the best place to sell all of your valuables that you've been sort of collecting all the way through up to this point in the game, it is best to always sell them to port traders. There'll always be a Portuguese port trader. They're always located near ports or near the shore of some body of water. And you'll get about 30% more money if you sell those valuables to a port trader rather than, let's say, a gear vendor or an ornament vendor. So figured I'd bring you guys back and mention that because I don't think I've ever mentioned that up to this point in our playthrough so far. All right, so now all we got to do is make our way through the rest of town here. And the game maker should be located just up here on the left-hand side, right before we get to the castle. So here we are. There's the game maker straight ahead of us. Surprised she's still standing there, to be honest. And now let's wrap this up.
Have you found the butterflies?
Drop the act. You are one of them.
Kacho is dead, Sen. I spent my whole life trying to free myself from her. She thought she was my mother, but she was so much worse. I made this game hoping someone like you will find the messages and stop us.
Stop what?
She wanted me to have brothers and sisters. A family. So I took them.
You have done unforgivable things. But you are a victim too.
Kacho controlled everything. I'm choosing me now. The children, are they safe?
Yes, they are.
Then I would ask one last favor from you. Kacho took me when I was a baby. I never had a name. With no name, I had no identity beyond her.
You are free now to choose your own name, not me.
No, the only name I know is Kacho. Please, a name for my grave.
And I think, I mean, you can kind of choose whatever you want, but I just like Manshiro, a small white butterfly.
You are Monshiro, small white butterfly.
Monshiro, it is strange. I feel different. I always wondered if I would. It is only a small thing, but what will you do with me?
That is a good name. Good enough for a new life. Do not waste the opportunity.
Thank you for everything. I will never forget what you have done.
And now winter is upon us. As we have completed that quest, we do have a change of season that is going to occur. New contracts to be done. All of our scouts have been reset. And also a good chunk of XP from completing the bone collector. I'm sorry, the bone collector, the butterfly collector quest line. Very cool quest there. And you can see that we did get some stuff along the way there as well, which is going to be another one of the trinkets. So this is another rare trinket called Butterfly of Benevolence. It says plus 100% origami skill. This is yet another one of these that I have no idea what this means. But besides that, it is something from a quest. I gotta put a little mark on it. I'm never gonna delete it. It will always be in my inventory. I'm gonna do the same thing with Yusuke as well. So his version of that is also in his inventory. So we'll just change that to this one. And there it is, the completion of the Butterfly Collector quest, 5,500 XP. That means another level up. We have now reached level 22, and I think that's going to put us in a great spot for next episode when we jump back in some of the big quests that are going to be coming up here. So that will conclude this episode. Thank you guys so much for joining me. As always, if you guys like the episode, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and also don't forget to also click the little bell notification icon if you guys never want to miss another episode of our Assassin's Creed Shadows walkthrough. Thank you all so much. And as always, remember, life is short, pause, save, and I will see you in the next episode.